It's not cool, right?
Mayor and Hamlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuel.
Oh, is it a check from Galvin?
I'm revived. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Especially now that a little less panini.
I'm supposed to be coming back.
Adding talks about.
No, that's just a live transcript.
Wow, didn't realize. Well, I think it's just us. I think Ryan's out of town, Teresa was sick today.
Yeah, Teresa's setting up for planning board.
Yeah. She told me she had a big headache and was like not gonna be able to.
Tonight's gonna be
Tonight's gonna be.
a big headache.
4:31.
So, yeah, we start for.
Yeah.
Us.
Anything?
We're right.
Okay,
Ready,
we're working on that.
Dominic. Your show.
Sorry, Sarah, I just gotta find the agenda again.
That's okay. Mine's sitting in air conditioning.
We ready to go? Okay. Okay, I'll call this meeting of July 11th, the Hudson Community Development Agency to order. Want to do a quick roll? I think we got a quorum, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The first thing is the minutes. Want to get a chance to read the minutes? And
Yeah, they were great, very clear. They were good. I'll make that motion.
A second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion will pass. And now we're admin report, Sarah.
Hey, everybody. So there's two updates. We did get the letter out to Galvin Housing Resources. You know, within 2 or 3 days of our last meeting. We had them to get back to us within 10 business days. They have not. They did respond and say that they would look into this matter more closely and follow up. So I'll look to the board for guidance on if we just want to give them some time or follow up again. But that's update number one. Number two is we did not get funded for our local government records management improvement fund application. And I asked for feedback on the application, haven't gotten that yet, but they have a whole process where they're supposed to give clear feedback about what or why, but I don't have an answer for that yet. And so we were sort of at square, I mean, it's square three, you know, we have this box of records, so, but in terms of funding, we're at square one. And I need to get the records out of the library, and unclear to me if I can access the city hall basement right now, probably not.
Well, if you make arrangements with us, we could probably schedule something, but we can't just go in willy-nilly until, you know, mid-late September is our projected return time.
It's only 12 boxes, so I don't think we need to like call DPW or something, but if I can just get let in the back door, I can take them down the stairs from there, so. Okay, so
We have regular access on Friday afternoons,
Oh,
if that works for you.
yeah, that's great, okay.
In the basement, safe.
Yes.
Art, is it?
It's,
Well,
it's
they're
safe.
working.
It's a little scary
Eventually,
back there.
eventually there will be asbestos abatement in the basement.
Copy that. Okay.
So as long as you're careful, it's fine.
Yeah, I won't eat any tiles.
Yeah.
So. I don't have a plan yet. I think that there's a few, potential like local options. I think we could ask Spark Hudson from their community fund for something like this, or perhaps with a community partner. Rather than just applying for the agency, but something to think about. That's all I have for that section.
Thank you. Brian, not being here, did he give you anything for
I can go over the finances, after let me pull up the reconciliations, so the, excuse me. Sorry, the housing trust fund, is standing at $513,000. And the HCDPA account, following the transfer that we had, so our balance, including all the uncleared transactions so far, is $16,345. We have 2 bills today. There's a small one for me for $180 and for Chris's services, but we were sort of catching up on an overpayment, so it's actually, it was only $45, so we can approve the bill, but I didn't print a check for it, so I figured we just pay it with next month. So that's it.
We make a motion. Pay bills, I'll make that motion.
motion to pay the bills? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, second? Yeah, I'm sorry, did I hear a second?
Oh, I'll second that. I'm sorry, I thought you were saying you were second.
Yeah. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
And I guess we got old business of,
Business.
So housing trust fund, so I guess the update is we kind of changed our plan in the beginning of the year. We had, certain amount of money for dispersing for grants or some kind of competitive grant application process. And I think we decided we wanted to slow things down and really spend this year on more like strategic planning and thinking through some more governance and building up our revenue sources. I've spoken to probably 7 or 8 other trust funds in the New York, Massachusetts area, like people who run them. And I think that the first year or two, we want to be focusing a little bit more on building up for the long term. And also we have so many different projects that are like players and organizations that are kind of in infancy stages right now. So I think it'll be a good timeline whereas we're kind of getting more long-term revenue and so planning that process. We also have other projects or organizations that are building capacity over the next year or so. So we are, the board is not meeting every month. The bylaws say 6 meetings a year. So what we've been doing is we canceled last month's meeting, but our committees have been working. So like our finance committee has been working on, we make a brochure and they're kind of going to approach some of the banks, local financial institutions, see about donations. And then we're kind of sketching out some other revenue sources and looking at like some of the, like Jeffrey was looking at the bank interest thing. So that finance committee has been working on a couple projects there. And then our strategic planning committee has been working. We have like about 2/3 of a draft of like a strategic plan, looking at all the different, how kind of pulling together different housing plans we've had and goals and looking at peers. And so this way we have a little bit more understanding of just what is this organization that we created and how can it be kind of long term and how was the best use of leveraging funds. We're meeting, also you guys, approved Alexandra's new board member. So I've been onboarding her this week. And then the board, the advisory committee is going to meet in July and we're going to discuss our 2024 budget so that we can kind of discuss that workshop at our July meeting, approve it August, and give it to you all for September and also for the BDA process in September. And then simultaneously, of course, we still have Hudson Roots is going on. And then all the other housing activities that fall under. my umbrella with the housing grant, different developments, et cetera. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Thank you. QuickBooks,
Just that the expense of QuickBooks Online is, the simplest version is $30 per month. The first 3 months is $15 per month. The downside of that, the next tier up, is more, I think it would make more sense for us if we were like a business and we had a cash flow or point of sale or something like that. But it is the next tier up where you can have multiple users. I'm not sure that it matters that we have multiple users. I think the reason it would matter is that I could have a separate login and Ryan could have a separate login and our activities could be cleanly separated. But I am not sure that matters. I think I want to call the accountant and double check, because I think it's really just about if Ryan, I think as it stands, no one really knows who's doing what, except I possess the laptop, but so I don't think it really matters that much, but we would be looking at, it was 30 times 12, $360 a year after the first 3 months start. So not sure if that makes sense for us. The annual fee for QuickBooks Digital is, I think, a bit less, but
I think as long as the auditors say it's okay, we should be fine, right? I mean, if they say yes, even if it's like, you guys have a different identifier for login, you know what I mean? When you log in or something to identify who's logging in, you know what I mean? So it's not looking like one person.
well, that I think is the choice point. That's worth, I mean,
Is this pressing? Do we need an answer to that?
not at all.
Yeah, I think we wait to the next meeting.
Okay, that's
For
great.
each of the full board, just because, there's gonna be turnover at the end of the year too, so,
That makes sense.
yeah, Ryan won't be here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could, I'll call the auditors and double check that, I don't think it should be a problem. It's probably best practice, but it's really just about ease of performing reconciliations, and
Yeah,
we can there's no way for them to know that who is doing the reconciliations now except our self-reporting, and so
yes.
okay, that's all.
So we're just gonna.
Table it,
Yeah. And then we got any new business?
No new business.
No new business. Okay. Any public comment?
Tom?
Tom or Carol?
Hi, great meeting, Dominic. You're doing a great job.
Next time. I'm not gonna include that in the minute.
Wait, don't. Okay, so I guess there's no public comment, no new business.
Let's do it.
May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion to
I'll
adjourn.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's gotta be the good shortest. And I'm not cold.